I make any remark, I think it's absolutely important that I point out, and let that also get out in whatever reportage is going to be given, that this team is not just to begin the initial preparatory work for 2022 Green Ghana, but it's also to be a review team or a review committee for 2021. It's very important that we are all very clear in our minds that we cannot have 2022 without taking stock and consolidating and satisfying ourselves of our efforts of 2021 and its consequences. Without it, I dare say that you will have little enthusiasm or support from the general population for 2022. Because I mean, it will, with the greatest of respect, not make any sense to go and plant trees every year for the trees not to grow or mature and the rest. Then we are better off not wasting that time in the first place. So this is a team that I thought we should put together to review 2021. Where are we with the trees we planted in 2021? Now we have a sense of how many trees we planted. Where are they? How are they doing? What are the lessons? What are the shortfalls? What are the positives? And so on and so forth. So that is very important. And quite clearly, before the end of this year, this team, hopefully with my participation and the Chief Executive Officer of the Forestry Commission, will have to update the country on 2021. Yeah, so that's really the first mandate and the first task for this team. And the second one is to begin the initial preparatory work for 2022. 2022 certainly will be much, much bigger than 2021, or ought to be much bigger than 2021. And we expect that it should be more broad-based than 2021, more technically sound in terms of where we are planting the trees in the first place in 2021. One of the observations I made, for instance, personally, was that a lot of people were planting anywhere. Whether those are places where we should be planting trees or not is another matter. And therefore, the degraded parts of our country, should those become the real places where we dedicate the planting of these trees, and then we get to be able to monitor how we're doing, the kinds of trees that should be planted. So 2022, we want it to be very broad-based, and it should be citizen-owned. So the citizens should own the project, the Green Ghana Day of 2022. We certainly have to decentralize our efforts for 2022. In 2021, because of the constraint of time, we couldn't really decentralize it. So there should be a real effort in 2022 to have this truly decentralized so that it gets to the hamlets of our country, the villages of our country, the towns of our country, the communities, the schools, the churches, every corner. Because part of this effort is not just to restore the forest cover or green our country, it's also to inculcate the habit and culture of tree planting and environmental preservation. So all of that and the whole effort we're going to make to literally make it almost like morally delinquent not to be part of this or not to associate yourself with Greening Ghana. I mean, that's the whole effort we're trying to make. That's what the president is asked us to do. So that's the other bit of it. So the regional planning committees, the district planning committees, to some extent even unit planning committees in the towns and villages and the rest, all of these should come in. The clubs that are to be set in the schools, in the churches, and so on and so forth. The involvement of corporate Ghana, the faith-based organizations, and all stakeholders across the country is very important. I should conclude by saying, yes, I'm very encouraged that we've been able to put this team together. And again, excuse me, to single out the respected statesman, Chief Nana Pra, and our own mother and auntie, the respected stateswoman, Auntie Joyce, for even at their age, the sacrifice that they've been making for all the work we do here for our country and for the forward march of our country. It's truly remarkable. And say, Madam, we're very grateful. Thank you, and God bless you for this sense of patriotism. Certainly, God willing, sometime in January, either the president or the vice president will officially outdoor the 2022 Green Ghana and launch it, by which time I believe that you would have done enough work, enough preparatory work for us to be in a position to have a significant national launch or outdooring of the 2022 Green Ghana, and would have also determined the exact date, which is going to be hopefully still June 11th, but we have to take all kinds of factors into consideration. And then in end of January, the president will launch the 2022 Green Ghana. Certainly, you will have to find a mechanism of co-opting people, because there's supposed to be a whole array of other stakeholders who will have to play some roles. On top of my head, the parks and gardens, for instance, because the efforts to green the capitals of our country will mean they should be part of it. Civil society, the media, the churches, and so on and so on. And of course, your own subcommittees and ad hoc committees. But let me thank you and consider the team duly constituted. I prefer it that way. and I wish you the best of luck. With the caliber of people around the table, I'm sure that will get a job done for our country. God bless us. Thank you.
Minister, on behalf of the members of the committee, I wish to thank you for granting us this opportunity to serve on this National Planning Committee. Like you said, it's become very necessary for us to start early so that we can get the planning right towards the implementation of the 2022 Green Ghana program. And also to assure you that, yes, we are going to take stock of what happened in 2021, and we have accepted that it is important. Ghanaians are looking up to us for us to actually give them feedback as to what happened.
Thank you once again for the wonderful opportunity given us to serve our country once more. To our advantage, we are being given enough time. 2021, we had 3-4 months only to raise money and to plant 5 million trees, for which we planted 7. And that is why we are being given more time to plant more, because even though we had shortness of time, we were able to perform this. So if you do well, so you will be burdened with more, it seems. But we welcome that.
There's one thing that the minister said, which is very critical. He said that we should make sure that this is owned by the citizens of Ghana. And what I will add is that our citizens should see this as the stewardship that they have towards the very environment that gives them life. And once we are able to let people know that they are not doing it because a minister is saying it should be done, or the president is saying it should be done, but that we are planting trees for survival, for the survival of our own lives, the survival of our rivers, the survival of clean air, and the survival of the very things that we depend on. Once we are able to get such messages across, I think we will win the hearts of people.